Watch them have three guys come out and beat the shit out of these three guys, which would then lead to a fatal four-way at the WWE Royal Rumble. And lo and behold, that's how the main event of this particular program ended. You had AJ Styles, Randy Orton, LA Knight. Yeah, the megastars are all out to compete for an opportunity to beat Roman Reigns for the Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship. They had a bone to pick with Roman Reigns. They wanted to pick the Tribal Chief's bone. Just pick it clean. Pick it, just keep picking it like this. That is not how you pick a bone. That is not how any of that stuff works. And predictability can breed, it can breed some energy, some adulation, some ovulation, all kinds of elation. It can also breed contempt. Guess how I felt by the end of this show. Probably isn't that hard to figure out. I'm John Recton with my review WWE Smackdown New Year's Revolution. I said when I reviewed Raw Day 1 that I was going to try to review Raw, NXT, and Smackdown at least through Mania weekend. I ain't going to fucking make it. I remember now, and I remember vividly why I decided to just stop reviewing Smackdown, because I can only watch so much of the same old shit. There were moments on the show I liked, and then there were other moments that just reminded me, oh yeah, that's why I didn't want to. I have not actually watched a full SmackDown episode in a while. And let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, please. I'm not even upset as much about a four-way, because it makes sense storyline-wise, because all three of these guys do want to pick the Tribal Chief's bone. Just pick it clean, keep picking, and doing all this. Double fisting the bone, perhaps. Have fun on seeing that, but Jesus, this bloodline stuff has to end at Mania. It has to. It has gone past the NWO stuff in WCW. It's just gotten to where it's so predictable. Even though I appreciate the efforts of everybody involved, it's not long-term storytelling when you've been spinning your wheels in a goddamn ditch for a while. So yeah, the Rogers Arena, 13,000 people in Vancouver, BC. That's according to WrestleTix. Shout out to them. They do great work. It can hold about 19,000, and look, for what they had for the stage setup and the obstructed seats, taking out 13,000, pretty goddamn good. In Canada, they are really good as far as raucous crowds. And they were raucous at first. They were raucous a couple other times, but whew, I don't blame them for being quiet for quite a bit of this show. The Rock on Raw and recaps, and Roman and Paul dismissed Kayla, who looked great. Owens and Santos took on each other in the U.S. title finals, tournament finals. Winner would face Logan Paul. Gee, I wonder, after, they've had stuff, brief interactions with Owens and Logan Paul, I wonder who's going to win. So, Wilde and Cruz attack Humberto and Angel. That's going to lead to a tag match next week. Logan Paul joins commentary. Logan sucks chance, and look, we got a rolling senton, and then later we got a stunner 1, 2, 3. Santos lost, that's not surprising. Give him a run in the Rumble. People will forget about that. Owens had to win this, and then he ends up, facing off against Logan Paul. Logan Paul mentions about a Canadian winning the U.S. title. KO's been U.S. champion before. There's another Canadian family man. There was also a wrestler that did a diving headbutt that was U.S. champion, but he was just a little bit tied up. Anyway, and the dogs are still in the enclosed pool area, and the side garage door is open. So, KO basically knocked him out. He's also got a cast on his hand, and they're gonna either find a way to have that cast taken off, so Logan can use his, metal hand or whatever it is, like he's just shooting like he's in goddamn Mega Man X. Nevertheless, that's what you get for that. Then we get an Orton package, and the Almighty Prophets make their entrance, and then Toronto is getting SmackDown, Money in the Bank, and NXT Heatwave. So Kathy talks to Logan. Kathy looks incredible, by the way. She always does. Waller and Theory are like, why are you bothering him? And then Grimes laughs at them, and we're getting Waller versus Grimes next week. And then Lashley says, 2023, I put in the work didn't pay off, but I got to meet the Prophets, we're united, and we are going to make 2024 our year. And then lights out, and suddenly House of Black, no, it's Karrion Kross and Scarlett, who evidently is a brunette. And Paul Ellering is back. That's kind of amazing, in all honesty. And here's AOP that they apparently have had signed for at least a year, if not more. And this is the best they can do with Paul Ellering, who is one of the best talkers as far as a manager. Great talker. And Cross nearly dropping Lashley on his goddamn neck. Good job there, you klutz. This is the kind of gang warfare that I don't want to see in wrestling, because I already saw enough of it, in Tony Khan's company. I see more than enough of it in New Japan. And this is the best you have for the Profits? Oh, whatever. So anyway, more like the authors of Painfully Slow Movements. So Io took on Mia Yim for the Women's Championship, and you know what? They worked hard. It wasn't great. The crowd didn't care. There was one point where there was an apron German. Why? Thought that Mia might actually get the victory. She had a second rope Styles clash, but then outside knees, inside knees, moonsault, 1, 2, 3. Flat, but there we are. Heyman was backstage addressing The Rock's comments that, you want to go viral, you either date Taylor Swift or call out Roman Reigns. Mentions Punk, and then he upgraded to being an advocate, and now he upgraded to being the wise man. The three-way main event, and Roman's going to smash every single one of them, and that should have been an indication they were going to do that. So, Io is all celebrating backstage. Bayley is all thrilled, that her plan is coming together. Bianca confronts her. They're going to have a match next week. I might watch that match. And apparently, Pete Butcherdoon had Tyler Bate team with him against Pretty Deadly. I guess Bate and Dunn won. I will not watch anything with Pretty Deadly. I refuse. You could put my favorite tag team in WWE against them. I won't. I'm embarrassed that they exist as talents on a wrestling show. I don't hate them as people, but I hate the look. I hate the presentation. I don't think that they're any good in the ring. I hate them. So I'm not going to even bother watching them. To me, they're just like Orange Cassidy on AEW. Those that like them, great. I don't. LA Knight, we get a video package on him. Ashante Diadonis wants an opportunity. Aldis sees big things in him. I forgot he was still employed, but good for him on getting a check. Do not bring back Top Dollar. Just don't. Just don't. There's no reason to bring him back. Styles and Knight and Orton had a match where they were hitting each other really hard. Aldis was there at ringside. There were head bumps, yeah, on the announcer's table, and then a lot of back shots on the announcer's table. Backdrops, that's what I meant. That's the phrasing I meant. And then back body drop, and then Styles stops the ref's count. We get a 450 for 2, and then an RKO out of the Phenomenal Forearm. LA Knight pulls the ref out, and Knight is bleeding somehow, and then Roman's music hits, and the Bloodline comes down and attacks all of them, and we're going to get a 4-way, according to all this. Yay! The Rumbles are going to have to save that goddamn show, because if they have another title match like Rhea versus Nia, the Rumbles are going to have to save that. I don't know how many weekly Smackdown reviews you're going to get. If they will not change the formula, if they will not juice things up and make things interesting, I don't know, guys. There you go. There's a review. My resolution is to watch better shit. Agree, disagree, what I said? Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rickland. I'll see you soon.